Now, your Alaska Link weather for Fairbanks and the interior.
Good evening. We have been gradually working our way back into a cold air mass. Even since Friday, temperatures for overnight lows have been creeping back below zero. We had a low Monday at 16 below, and now we're heading into our Wednesday, even watching that low temperatures will be approaching those 30s below zero. So just like that, we are back to how we started the month. Now, not as cold, but what we'll see is that there is still frigid conditions, especially for this time of the year in place. So overnight potential there, we are looking at 20s below zero underneath some of that northerly flow. We'll note that as this Arctic air returns, everyone is feeling the chill. We are approaching down to 19 below into Healy, 22 below into Tana Cross, Tana at 30 below and 37 below into Circle. So the Arctic air has just spread its way again to fill in the interior all the way down through the southern tier of the state as well. So it's not just our local region. And we will note that this Arctic air is going to last into the weekend. It looks like our coldest point is going to be about Thursday night, lasting into Friday. One thing that is a positive that we will be working with here over the next few days is that with our cold spell that we had earlier this month, there wasn't as much daylight to work with. So especially some of those valley spots where temperatures couldn't break inversions, we were keeping afternoon highs even into those 20s to teens below zero, where sunshine's going to help us. We'll still look to stay below zero, but we'll at least have some temperature increase that will be expected into our afternoon hours. So still seeing a difference between highs and lows other than staying steady with those temperatures with that dense cold air. As we'll look at even starting off into those 20s below zero, we do head into those single digits below zero. Still cold, but at least a little bit of improvement there. This is below normal for this time of the year. Our typical average is jumping. We're up to 20 degrees where we typically should be. Now, we're not dealing with blustery winds across the region. There are some areas that will get up to 25 miles per hour. Some of our strongest winds will be across portions of the Alaska range, as there is some gustier feels down through the southern tier of the state. So with this type of air mass, any type of wind creates a brisk feel-like temperature. So although we have a high of forecasted that sits around 9 below, know that your warmest feel-like temperature in Fairbanks is 23 below. So layers are still needed even with that warm up that we're expecting. Now we are going to see sunshine from time to time as we sit just shy there of 10 hours for our Wednesday with nearly an 8 a.m. sunrise and a 6 p.m. sunset. We see that we'll again have that cold point there Thursday, where we see into even Friday morning dropping down into those 30s to near 40s below zero, and then we start to slowly work out of the cold spell. So just as quickly as we worked into it is how fast we'll move out of it. We do keep a pretty quiet weather pattern paired up with it, but as we do warm, we could have some snow by next week.